Welcome back, wanderers, to Spooky Spotlight. Episode 2, Wicked Wilderness. Before we begin our horrifying hike, don't forget to click like, subscribe, click that bell notification icon, and notify your next of kin. Elfin Forest, Escondido, California. The Elfin Forest Recreational Reserve in Escondido, California, is 784 acres and consists of 11 miles of hiking, mountain biking, and equestrian trails. It is also known as Quest Haven, and according to local folklore, it was inhabited by Romani people and groups similar to them. They inhabited the area from the turn of the 19th century into the 20th. It is said that local communities banded together to run the Romani off, and those that would not leave were slaughtered. The surviving Romani cursed the Elfin Forest and its surrounding land. There is a myth of a 10-foot white owl that flies the night sky and murders visitors who enter the forest. Locals refuse to talk about it. Sounds like a lechuza to me. Another myth is of a witch who resides in the forest around the time that the Romani were there. It is said that she rides a black stallion and wears a black cloak that covers her completely. She has the ability to sense when someone has entered Quest Haven or the surrounding forest. It is said she marks the intruder for death and exacts her fatal price if they should ever enter the forest again. Ghostly apparitions that have been sighted include a lady in white that follows hikers, shadow figures in the shrubbery, and the bodies of hanged Native Americans in the trees. My friend Cindy, who grew up and currently lives in the area, confirms that this is a place that local teenagers dare each other to visit. There are free interpretive walks of the reserve on the second and third Sundays of the month from 9 to 10:30 a.m. There is also a strenuous 3 to 5 hour hike led by Randy Boyer. Check their website in the video description for dates. They also host free 45-minute eco-centric concerts at the Interpretive Center on the first Sunday of the month. The concerts begin at noon. The performers are called Dryad, a husband and wife duo who are also docents of the reserve. Hoia-Baciu Forest, Cluj-Napoca, Romania. In the depths of Transylvania lies a forest that is purported to be the most haunted place in the world. The creepiest place in this forest is the clearing. This is a space in the shape of an oval where nothing grows. This lack of growth is unexplained by scientists. Local legend indicates this clearing is used by Romanian witches. This forest got its name from a shepherd who went missing in the forest along with his 200 sheep. Another strange disappearance happened to a 5-year-old girl who later returned years later, completely unchanged and wearing the same clothes. Visitors and guides have reported seeing shadowy figures, ectoplasm, electronic devices failing, and experiencing the feeling of anxiety, nausea, and being watched. There are daytime and nighttime tours of various lengths available, as well as many different activities one can do. You can even camp in the forest. Website to the Hoia-Baciu project will be in the description. La Isla de las Muñecas, Island of the Dolls, Xochimilco, Mexico. South of Mexico City, in the canals of Xochimilco, is a 1-acre island that is rife with tragedy and hauntings. On the island are 3 huts filled with dolls. Throughout its history, the canals and islands of Xochimilco were places where people would go to hide. The Aztecs used it to escape from the Spanish conquistadors. They were often used by Mexican revolutionaries and disgraced religious practitioners. The story goes that Julian Santana Barrera found the body of a young girl who had drowned. The soul of the girl was not at peace and was believed to have caused Barrera's crops to fail. He and his wife lived in a 1-room cabin on the island. He hoped to appease the spirit by building an altar. However, that didn't work. This led to him starting to collect dolls in another attempt of appeasing the ghostly little girl. By the time he died in 2001, he had collected over 1,000 dolls. These dolls hang from trees, are nailed to one of the 3 huts, or are strung up on clothesline. It is reported that Barrera died of a heart attack in the exact spot where he had found the girl. After his death, his family opened the island as a tourist attraction. The current owner, Barrera's great-nephew, Rogelio Sanchez Santana, and visitors to the island have reported seeing shadowy figures at night and hearing the dolls talk and move their eyes. There are now several copycat islands, so make sure you're being taken to the correct island. If you're afraid of spiders, this location may not be for you. The Pine Barrens, also known as Pinelands, New Jersey. Comprising of 1.1 million acres, roughly 22% of New Jersey's land, the Pine Barrens is a great place to camp, hike, fish, canoe, and bike or horse ride. The Pinelands are also rich with folklore. One particular bit of lore is practically synonymous with the Pine Barrens, the Jersey Devil. The legend goes that Jane Leeds became pregnant with her 13th child. Tired of having children, she wished that this one would be a devil. In 1735, Jane gave birth to her baby. While normal looking at birth, it quickly changed into a being with a goat's head, bat wings, and a forked tail. Sightings of the Jersey Devil started in the early 1800s, and they continue to this very day. The most recent alleged sighting was in October 2022. There are several ghosts that are said to reside in the Pine Barrens. The ghost of James Still, known as the Black Doctor, is said to come to the aid of injured or lost travelers in the Pine Barrens. There have been reports of a golden-haired girl dressed in white. She stares out to sea, mourning the loss of her lover. A black dog and white stag have also been seen in the Barrens. Strangely enough, they're considered good omens. There are also dozens of ghost towns and ruins of old factories scattered throughout the Pinelands. Now, totally unrelated to the Pine Barrens, but if you're a horror fan, if you head north of the Pine Barrens, you will run across the town of Hope and Blairstown, New Jersey. This is the original film location for the first Friday the 13th movie. While you can't visit the camp itself, because it is an active camp owned by the Boy Scouts of America, you can visit several other locations from the movie. Koh Kam Noi, Thailand. Located off the coast of Konburi in the eastern Thai Gulf is a small island known for crystal blue waters, serene ambiance, beautiful natural surroundings, and sandy beaches. This is Koh Kam Noi. It is also known as Thailand's Ghost Island. The island gets its spooky moniker because it has been used by various cultures to dispose of their dead, mostly those that have died of malaria, in order to prevent the spread of the disease. The U.S. had a base here during World War II. Many soldiers died of the aforementioned disease and were buried here. Nearby Muslim and Chinese Thai communities use the island to bury their dead. There's a Muslim cemetery on one side of the island and a Chinese cemetery on the other side. Not many people come to this island. They instead opt for larger, more popular islands. This island is uninhabited and managed by the Thai Royal Navy to protect the breeding of sea turtles and allow aquatic life to thrive. In order to do this successfully, they must close the island to visitors at certain times of the year. People who visit the island via ferry or chartered boat enjoy fantastic snorkeling and fishing. Many visitors have reported seeing ghostly people of various ethnicities, hearing wailing and moaning, and just generally feeling uneasy while on the island. And there you go, wanderers! 5 wicked wildernesses that you can go and visit yourself, if you dare. If you wish to travel to these places, contact Joyful Wanderer at joyfulwanderer.travel or 888-299-1969. We'll be waiting for your call with bated breath.